From News 11, the Hunter-Rowland Report with Lee Hunter and Ken Rowland. Meteorologist Chuck Taylor with the weather, and Paul Rogers with the sports. Brought to you in part by Kentucky's largest Savings and Loan Association, the 11 offices of Greater Louisville First Federal Savings.
Good evening. I'm Ken Rowland.
And I'm Lee Hunter. It was announced today the Jefferson County school budget deficit is twice the figure first calculated. Strangely enough, that revelation could result in more money for teachers, as Jim West reports.
The deficit of the Jefferson County school system grew.
Company makes aluminum powder and paste used in aerosol cans, rocket fuel, and paint.
5 accused airplane hijackers were arraigned in New York today after the hijacking Friday night of a TWA plane. Gerald Harrington has a report.
Bonko and Julianne Busick left the Manhattan, but he doubted they could raise that much money.
The pilot of the hijacked airliner, Captain Richard Carey, said today that French officials may have endangered his passengers because of the way in which ultimatums were given to the hijackers. Ken?
A bridge collapses in New Orleans. Strike comes nearer.
And more city police bargaining today. All those stories and more when News 11 continues.
Hi, Rachel, your friends are.
In Louisiana today, a bridge connecting Lake Pontchartrain and Lake Maurepas was rammed and a section of it collapsed. Here's a late report tonight from New Orleans.
One motorist has been killed. To CBS News, New Orleans.
It looks like that nationwide strike by the United Auto Workers against the Ford Motor Company is on now for tomorrow at midnight. At least that's how UAW President Leonard Woodcock sees it. Woodcock says both sides are too far apart on major issues to resolve anything at all before the strike deadline. The action, by the way, would affect 6,300 Ford workers at 2 Louisville plants. Ken?
The 11.
Coming up, Jimmy Carter visits George Wallace.
And Bob Dole visits Lexington. Reports on those campaign treks after this.
This portion of the Oklahoma.
Republican vice presidential candidate Robert Dole continues to do most of the active campaigning for the Ford-Dole ticket. Dole was in Lexington today. He got a mostly friendly welcome at the University of Kentucky, several hundred well-mannered students showing up for the traditional political handshaking. There were a few. Also on hand, a half a dozen members of a campus socialist group who never got any answers to their questions about the FBI. Earlier today, in what was billed as a nonpartisan speech to the Lexington Area Chamber of Commerce, Dole told his audience about one firm stand the Ford-Dole ticket is taking.
I'll give you one example.
Back in Louisville, federal judge James Gordon met today with members of the Jefferson County School Board to discuss what one member called, and we quote, suits or hearings relative to desegregation litigation. After telling us that, board member Carolyn Hutto declined to elaborate, saying it might be possible to say more about it in the next several days. Several other board members kept quiet, and Judge Gordon had no comment. Okay?
Well, here are some of the stories that
It's going to be warmer and a bit more humid.
Okay, Chuck, just don't clean your weatherboard with a propellant spray, okay? The National Academy of Sciences is saying that aerosol sprays are damaging the Earth's ozone layer. Now, that's been contended for some time in scientific circles. Nelson Benton has more of that study into fluorocarbons.
Promise to reduce our uncertainties quite considerably in the near future.
Other scientists have another problem. Those on Viking 2 mission say a tiny Martian pebble is jammed into the soil sampling arm of the Viking 2 machine, delaying the experiment which could show whether there is any life on Mars. If that situation cannot be remedied by scientists here on Earth, there is apparently not too much hope of salvaging the whole experiment. Yeah?
The government...
Jim McManus, CBS News, Washington.
Paul, ordinarily would never make a big point of asking how your golf game is, but today I know your heart was in the right place. I don't know about your swing, but your heart was.
It's getting better. Played for the Cerebral Palsy School at Wildwood Country Club. Had a really good time out there today. But I'll have you know I didn't come back empty-handed. I won a prize today.
What did you win?
Shortest drive off number 1. And you know who I beat? He thought he had it wrapped up till I came along. Kaywood Ledford.
Are you two guys going to talk tomorrow?
So WHAS Sports did themselves proud today.
Here's Paul Rogers.
You know, we did have fun, though. Lee?
Thank you very much, Paul. In other news, Secretary of State Henry Kissinger is resting up in Zurich on his way to Africa to talk with leaders about racial unrest. The U.S. has asked South Africa to join an international effort to help whites and blacks in Rhodesia after the country achieved statehood under black rule. South African Prime Minister John Vorster, who talks with Ian Smith, the white leader of Rhodesia tomorrow, says he will not pressure Rhodesia's white minority government to make a political settlement with the black majority. Meanwhile, tens of thousands of workers in the black townships of Soweto and Alexandra boycotted their jobs today, protesting South Africa's racial policies. Ken?
We'll be back with any late-breaking news and listen to a tune or two on the shovel. Stay with us. Try and join us, won't you?
Well, you may have thought that our Byron Crawford was running out of musicians who play strange instruments, but you were wrong. However, this latest find of his took a lot of digging to turn up.
You know Red Wing? Huh?
No, but hum a few bars, Byron, and we'll try it. We'll try anything, right?
Right.
For Ken and Paul and Chuck, this is Lee Hunter. Thank you for watching. Good night, and have a good day tomorrow.